Welcome back to the channel. Today we are here for the unofficial visit at the University of Arkansas. Shout out to Kindertracks for making it happen. Woo, pig suey. Here at the University of Arkansas with DJ Baxendale, Director of Analytics. Thanks so much for having us. Standing here in the lobby, pretty impressive space. Probably get a lot of wow factor, which is kind of what we have when people walk in here, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, you walk into this room right off the bat, you've got all of our College World Series trophies, the uniforms, the history. It just really opens up this building and really starts it off on a hot foot.
Is this the beginning of recruiting visits?
Yeah, so we always like to use the main door here in the Norm DeBryan Champions Lobby. I mean, Coach DeBryan was a huge piece of building this program, and he passed it off right to Coach Van Horn. And 2 coaches in the last 50 years is pretty impressive. I think kind of speaks for itself.
Absolutely. All right, now standing in the locker room. Talk a little bit about the design of this place first off, and why it's so important for the guys to have an area like this to, you know, come together and be this obviously beautiful.
Yeah, the locker room for our players, like, we wanted it really to be their place. So it's all designed with the backlit nameplates, with all of our logos to the TVs. This is a place for them. For us as coaches, we stay out of their hair. That's kind of part of why where it was put in the building was important. We're not in here. This is their place to be free, enjoy each other, hang out. I mean, we've got couches, 4 TVs, anything they could ever want in here. So it's really important for them to have their own space, because that's how they can come together as a team.
DJ, standing here in the Players Lounge, talk a little bit about this area, why it's important, and kind of the ideas behind the design.
Yeah, so we wanted a little extension from the locker room for the guys. So we've got our pool table in here. We've got tables for them to eat, either bringing in their lunch or eating any of the snacks that we have in the nutrition center. That's something that's really important to us, is that our guys are always fueled up and ready to go. So there's snacks that are always stocked. We have every single type of protein drink, cherry juice, quick carbs, whatever they may need to be ready either for a game or practice, or if they're just going in the weight room. It's all right here and it's all accessible to them. So that was something that was really important. It's right off the locker room. They've got a little more hangout space with the TVs and the PlayStation in here. And then we've also got little workstations back here that if they need to do some homework or get something done real quick, they've got a place to do that. So this was an important room for us, not only from a fueling perspective, but also another little extension of the locker room.
All right, DJ, standing in the training room, talk about the equipment you guys have to utilize and keeping these guys healthy.
Yeah, so we're really fortunate to have arguably one of, if not the best, training facility in the country. Our head trainer, Corey Wood, is incredible. So we have a huge space. We have 5 tables for our guys, so there's never any extra waiting. We have STEM and ultrasound. We have 3 or 4 game-ready machines. We've got red light therapy. We've got laser therapy. Anything our guys could ever need, they have in this room. And right off of the edge of the room, we have our hydrotherapy room where we've got a cold tub and a hot tub, so our guys can contrast. They can do what they need to do to get ready, come right into the training room from there, get any treatment they need. We like to call it prehab to stay healthy. And then immediately right from there, they've got access to the weight room and right into our pitching lab. So it's a centralized location that our guys are really able to use.
Here in the weight room with Hunter Bell, Director of Strength and Conditioning for the baseball team at Arkansas. Talk a little bit about this space, how you kind of utilize it, and then also the development of guys and you know, building the base for what they do out there.
Yeah. So this room, obviously it's a special space. Tons of equipment, tons of things that you can use, tools that you can use to get our players better. But at the end of the day, like, the work that gets put in this room is the separator for us. I think when you look into my mind, how I train baseball players, like the philosophies that I use, the game of baseball it's honestly, it's speed and power. Like, that's what we're training. That's what we're trying to create, honestly. Like, strength is awesome. Strength is something we definitely chase. I think it complements everything else within those two qualities that I just mentioned. But speed and power for us is the game changer. Speed and power for us is what we're constantly trying to chase. That's the separator in baseball. We rotate viciously. That's what we do in sport. Like, it's a rotational sport. But the things that we're doing, we're chasing output. We're chasing speed and power. And how we do those, we sprint at max velocity a lot. That's probably our number one most potent means of stimulus that we use in training. We jump a ton. We jump in all planes of motion. I'm trying to train an athlete at its highest level. So we're doing athletic things all the time. We're jumping, we're sprinting, we're stopping. We're jumping with load, and that can be with trap bars, that can be with barbells, that can be with dumbbells. We're jumping with load, and we're doing it on a weekly basis. We're sprinting on lasers on a weekly basis. We're doing things that make our athletes more capable. We're doing things that make our athletes faster. We're doing things that make our athletes more powerful. We're throwing med balls all the time. And then we get in here, honestly, a lot of our program happens on the field outside the weight room. It happens throwing med balls. It happens sprinting at top speeds. It happens with sprinting with loads and acceleration, jumping with trap bars, jumping with dumbbells, the things that I mentioned. And then we come in here and we get really strong, and we move really, really well. And then from that's 95% of our training. And then obviously, like, training rotation, understanding, like, the pelvis's role in rotation, understanding the rib cage's role in rotation, the spine. Those are accessory things that we chase, along with, like, foot strength, ankle strength, groin adductor strength. Like, there's accessories that go into that, but I think the big rocks in the program are how fast can we get, how powerful can we get, how well can we rotate, and how fast and how powerful can we rotate. And then obviously the weight room, the strength work, it complements all of those things, right? It's building a robust athlete that can play, you know, a 70-game season. All those things included is what encompasses our program.
Standing inside the Fowler, on the middle of the infield, got the cages behind us. Talk about how awesome it is to be able to have an indoor space that you can pretty much play, you can just come in and play baseball at.
Yeah, I mean, we're incredibly fortunate to have the Fowler, whether it be rain or slightly colder than what we want to get guys out in. We can come in here, play a full scrimmage. We can have a full practice in here where we do base running, situational hitting, bunting, whatever it may be. Having this additional space to get our guys ready to play, especially leading up in January and February, is hugely important for us. And it also gives us the opportunity to field on turf. You know, we have times where we'll go on the road and we'll play at a turf field. So we can come in here and we can take ground balls, we can train on the field that we're going to play on, and we're inside. It's always 72. You've got batting cages, you've got plenty of space to throw. We've got everything we need in here.
Yeah, it's awesome and open for the players pretty much all day, every day, right?
Yeah, I believe the players have access from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Guys want to come in, hit off the tee, hit off the machine, get a little bit of extra work in. It's just nice giving our players access so that they can do some of the little things on their own, so that when practice time comes, we can really narrow our focus and get to work.
With Matt Hobbs, pitching coach here, standing in the beautiful pitching facility. First, just kind of intro the facility. How long has this been open, and give us a little bit of the behind the scenes of why it's so important for you guys.
So it opened in fall of 21 for us. This facility was built, the Hunt Player Development Center was built and finished in 21. When we started the design of the building, like this was probably the room that I was definitely the most excited about, being the pitching coach, obviously. But a lot of thought went into this, a lot of work went into this. The engineers that built this building and created this building, it was really, whenever you build something, or you think something's going to be built, or you're in the planning processes, you always wonder, like, are we actually going to get what we asked for? And they went above and beyond to build this facility. So the Hunt family made a large donation to be able to give us an opportunity to have this building. And it's been operational for I think this is year 4 now in the building, and it continues to get better. It continues to grow and get better. We continue to add more things to it. We're super lucky with what we have in here, our technology that we do have in the building. You've got a Kinetrack system where we can run markerless motion capture. We have the Newt Force Mound where we can run force data, so we can really start at the ground and work all the way till the ball's out of the hand. And then we have a portable TrackMan unit that we can capture in here as well, so that we're getting the ball data to go with it. A couple Edgertronic cameras that we're able to use during bullpen sessions. So we're getting ball flight, we're getting ball data, we're getting data from the ground in terms of how guys are organizing themselves down the mound. We're getting kinematic data that we can match with the stuff that we have on the field. We also have a Kinetrax unit on our field. So there's just so many things that go into this building and go into our abilities to be able to coach our players better with a facility like this. It's really just player friendly more than anything.
All right, standing above right field here at Baum-Walker, obviously renowned for the fan experience. What's it like being in the dugout on game day when this place is rocking?
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, you got 10 to 12,000 rowdy Arkansas fans. Our fans have always been incredible, especially the more our program has grown and the stadium has grown up. And I mean, now we're standing in Mackey's Bases Loaded Landing, where fans can watch from right field. We got the loge boxes below us, suites from foul pole to foul pole. They love coming, they love packing it in, they love being loud for the Hawks.
What's your best memory on this field here?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Probably it's between two. One is a player winning the SEC West outright on the last day of the season. It was a madhouse here. That was pretty incredible. And then also now as a coach, beating Nebraska in the regional, we hit a home run in the 8th inning to put us ahead by 4 and really put it out of reach. And the place was a madhouse. You couldn't hear yourself think. It was so loud, and the fans were incredible the whole game.
Thanks for coming with us today to Arkansas. Shout out to the coaching staff for having us and taking the time to be with us.
Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more of the Unofficial Visit.